I approve. Like, that's actually not bad at all.
Remind me, so this was like quad.
Quad tendon, yes.
So the quad tendon rip. Was this when with the Raiders? Or the
No,
Bears?
this was the Bears. So,
Against the Colts?
yes.
Yeah, that cheap
Third
block.
preseason game. No, this was a non-contact.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I thought somebody had like hit me from the side, which he did, but that wasn't.
So you were just running down.
I was running. I saw him. I tried to like brace. When I braced, he hit me, but it had popped before he.
So you stopped.
So it was the way I landed,
Okay.
which is what they told me. I never watched it again because I don't like seeing that.
Right.
But that's what it was, man. It felt like somebody took a helmet and like smashed my knee, like, that's what I thought happened. I'm like, man, this is terrible.
So compared to like when you hurt your ankle and everything else, like worse?
This by far was the worst pain. Just initially, didn't sleep that night. Like the worst pain that I've had. Like the ACL didn't compare, ankle didn't compare.
So what did they do like right after? Like when you got injured, like so did you get it checked out right away? How soon did you know it was your quad tendon?
Pretty much immediately. So I got hurt, took me off to the side, went under a little tent. Doctor did some movement stuff and tried to have me flex, and it wasn't flexing because
So you're just to do that?
No, just to like, flex, just that.
Oh, just even flex
Just
the
flexing the
quad.
muscle, yeah, flexing the quad. Wasn't firing, so that's how they knew that it was a quad tendon. After that, literally threw some ice on it because we were in Indianapolis, sat on the plane with ice.
So you're flying, it's torn. You pretty know it. In the flight, you knew it was torn.
Yeah.
Kind of take me a little bit back. I know you and I, we haven't talked about this ever, that part. But what was like emotionally, like you're like flying back and you're like what was kind of going through your head at that point?
I think the toughest thing at that point in time was it was my third season-ending injury in a row. And that was the year I was like, this is going to be a good comeback. Like, the ACL was healed.
Yep.
I was feeling pretty good. I felt like I was at a good team. So that was probably the most devastating part of it because I was really hoping for more longevity. Mm-hmm. But, we just had Rory at the time, and that was kind of like a big factor at the time. It kind of messed with me, and the way my coach handled that was kind of. I mean, I told you that story before.
Yeah, for sure.
So that was probably the only positive that at the time that came out of it. Being able to be home with a new baby, and then obviously Anna's grandmother at the time. Yep. The whole story. So other than that, man, it was just it sucked because now I know what I have to go through to get recovered.
Yeah, because you have recovered twice and then came back to spring trainings for teams.
And so I wasn't looking forward to that because I know how hard it is just to get the body part, whatever's injured, better, and then train to be able to play the game. So.
Yeah, at that point, you're trying to be like, man, I got to figure this out. Okay. All right, so you're flying back. How soon did they have you in surgery?
I was in surgery. I heard it on the 24th of August. I was in surgery on the 28th, so 4 days. Okay. So 4 days. So it was mostly pretty much pain management until surgery. And it was pretty quick turnaround.
Yep, and then recovery. So I remember when you were like, "Hey, let's go back out to Chicago," and you're gonna get did they take the staples out?
Yeah, I think we were getting some staples out or stitches or something. We got something taken out when we went, and that was a big step because I think I was able to start doing a little bit more at physical therapy during that time.
Because I remember you couldn't even bend it in and out of the car. Like we showed up and you're just like, I gotta be careful. Yeah.
It was pretty stiff still at the time. Once I got the staples out and I started picking it up in physical therapy, then it started to get better. I noticed though through my whole physical therapy process, obviously COVID hit.
Yeah.
In the midst of all that stuff.
Yeah,
that was like, we weren't planned for that at all. And so that slowed physical therapy down a little bit because there was so much uncertainty. But I continued on, got back, at it. And once I started to get close to like training camp, because they didn't have OTAs really this last year, and I was like, maybe I could, try to come back. And then I saw where my quad really was, and I was like, there's just no way I'll be ready in a month or two, at the strength level that it was. So that's, this kind of ignited the retirement for sure.
Yeah. Originally, like this technology was used to break up like the kidney stones, so they use a sound wave to, they call lithotripsy. So they have this enclosed unit, like Germans made this thing awesome. And so like this just like snaps in here, like that. So then when I get this, let's get power to it. But inside here, dude, it's a spark plug, but it looks like a sniper bullet and made out of tungsten. So you'll hear this thing, it'll fill with water. There'll be water here, and then we put the ultrasound gel. So do you ever remember like in a pool, like if you yell in a pool, you can hear it all the way across? Yeah. So sound waves in water, it just goes. So it takes a sound wave that goes at 335 miles an hour, take that times 10 or through air, and then times 10 through water. Yeah. So a sound wave is gonna be going through your knee 3,355 miles an hour. Really? So it's gonna go through it. When it hits normal tissue, it's not gonna hurt. When it hits damaged tissue, you're gonna squirm. Okay, it's gonna hurt, and that's good. Okay. Because apparently, like the Cubs or whatever use this as like to screen before they'll send them for an MRI. Because if it doesn't hurt, there's no damage. Yeah. So I always tell patients the good news is they're like, well, should I try it? I'm like, listen, try it because we can find out where it's at. So when I'm going through the area and TJ, it starts to hurt, tell me. Because then I'm gonna pinpoint, go around, and then that way I can really direct the sound waves through the damage area. Yeah.
I approve. Like, that's actually not bad at all. Yeah, dude, it's literally when I get to this, right when I'm about to touch the ground. That's the only thing I feel.
And what was it like before?
The whole going up, as soon as I started coming down, I started feeling that pain right here, what we were talking about. But I don't feel it till right there, like right before I'm about to land. I'll take it.
That's just one.
One. If we can get this pain to go away, dude, like completely, like, I mean, I'm sold on it already because that's the best it's felt.
A year and a half?
A year and a half out. And usually, like, my body heals itself pretty well. So I knew something was a little bit different about this particular injury, but that's the key.
I like seeing you win. Let's go.
That's the key.
I like it. #advantage.